Hey, it's LSF here today. Welcome back to the channel. In what has become a rapidly developing story, we have a massive update to the Lexus and Toyota recall we just talked about a few days ago. We thought we had the main story then, but the official Defect Information Report has now been filed with the US government, the NHTSA, and frankly, it's a bombshell. It contains details that change our entire understanding of the situation. What if I told you Toyota originally didn't want to call this a full safety recall? Or, as we speak, brand new cars are being quarantined on dealers' lots under a strict stop sale order? And what if you owned a plug-in hybrid? Your fix may be a little bit more complex than other vehicles. This new information is too important to ignore, so today we're going to deep dive into the official report to uncover what's really going on. Alright, let's start with the most immediate and impactful news. Toyota has issued a stop sale on all new unsold vehicles at the dealerships that are affected by this recall. So what does that actually mean? It means if a brand new 2025 Tacoma or a Grand Highlander was just delivered to your local dealer and its production date falls within the recall window, it cannot be sold. It cannot be test driven. It's effectively frozen in inventory until the fix is performed. And this isn't just a handful of cars. The report gives us a snapshot of the inventory and what was on the ground when it was filed. We're talking about over 200 brand new Tacomas, a dozen of Camrys, Crowns, and Highlanders sitting at dealers' lots. For potential buyers who may have been waiting for these specific vehicles to arrive, it could mean a new delay in delivery. For dealers, it's a logistics headache having to identify and quarantine these specific units from their sales inventory. This action alone tells you the severity of the situation. Now, here perhaps the most fascinating part of the entire report, the backstory of how this recall came to be. According to the report official timelines, Toyota engineers identified this problem way back in February 2024. They investigated and found that there was a software bug that was causing the screen's memory to degrade. But here's the key part. After their internal assessment, they determined that this issue does not pose an unreasonable risk to safety. Why is that? Their argument was that even if the main 12.3-inch screen goes blank, the vast majority of the warning lights and indicators like the turn signal, check engine lights, and fuel status have a redundant notification that still appears on the center media screen, so the Lexus interface or the Toyota multimedia system. And that is true. If you do get a check engine light, that infotainment system will tell you have a check engine light. So based on this, their original plan was to conduct a customer satisfaction campaign and not a safety recall. So let's be clear, what does that mean? A customer satisfaction campaign is much less serious than a safety recall. It's often voluntary, doesn't have the same level of media scrutiny, and doesn't carry the same legal weight. It's a manufacturer addressing a quality or a durability issue. But when Toyota presented this plan, the NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the agency clearly saw it differently. The report states that after a meeting on September 5th, Toyota decided to conduct a voluntary safety recall in response to NHTSA's feedback. This is careful corporate language for the government regulator told us our plan wasn't good enough. NHTSA's mandate is safety, and they likely argue that the primary instrument cluster is a fundamental piece of safety equipment. Its failure, by definition, is a safety risk, regardless of redundant warnings, and in this battle of interpretation, the federal agency won. Follow me on Instagram at LSFTvideos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. So who is exactly affected? The new report gives us the details every owner has been waiting for, the exact model years and production date ranges. I'm going to put a list on the screen now. Instead of looking at the model name, I want you to look at the production windows here. For the RAV4, one of the best-selling vehicles in North America, the recall covers vehicles from June of 2022 all the way to February 2025. And that's nearly 3 full years of production. We see a similar wide range for the Highlander as well. So how do you check the specific car? Open your driver's side door and look at the sticker on the door frame or the door itself. You will see the manufacturing date, usually listed by month and year. Compare that date to the ranges you see on the screen to know for sure if your vehicle is part of the recall. But most likely, you probably would have seen it on your Lexus or Toyota app already. The report also gives us a fantastic technical explanation of the root cause. The instrument cluster is made by DENSO. Inside, it has a flash memory chip. You can think of that as a small SSD or a USB drive. These chips have a limited number of times you can write data to it before it will begin to wear out. And because of a software bug, the system was writing and rewriting unnecessary data over and over again at an abnormal high rate. This essentially burned through the entire lifespan of the memory chip in just a couple of years, when it should have lasted for the lifetime of the vehicle. It's a perfect example of a small software bug causing a major hardware failure. Now, for a critical update on the fix. This is especially important if you are owners of a plug-in hybrid, and personally I am, but NX is not being recalled. For all the non-plug-in hybrid vehicles, so the gas models, the regular hybrids, the fix is a software update. But for plug-in hybrids like the RAV4 Prime and the Lexus TX550H Plus, the report states the dealer will inspect the meter and, depending on the results, may replace the entire combination meter with a new one. The report doesn't say why, but we speculate here. The plug-in hybrid clusters are far more complex, displaying information about the high voltage battery, the charging status, electrical range, and the handoff between EV and gas power. It's possible that the complex system is either more prone to permanent damage for the memory issue, or the process to inspect and reflash it is so involved that a full replacement is simply the more reliable and straightforward fix for the dealer to perform. So when is this all going to happen? Toyota will begin mailing official notification letters to owners mid-November. However, the report clearly states that the remedy, the actual software or replacement parts, is being prepared and not expected to be available until December 2025. So, when you get the letter in the mail, you probably don't need to rush to the dealer the next day, because they probably will not have a fix. Last video we said that, oh, don't panic because they have a fix. In the document, it actually says that there's no remedy at this point. A little bit disappointing at this point. So when you do get the letter, they won't be able to fix the car until probably December 2025. That letter is officially heads up, and your dealer will contact you once they receive the official remedy from Toyota, which should be sent sometime in December. If your screen does go blank before then, do contact the dealer immediately and see what they can do. This will most likely be the final deep dive video I do for this specific recall, unless any other major news breaks. So, I have a request for all of you who own one of these affected vehicles. This video can serve as a resource for our community. Once you receive your official notice and your dealer has completed the repair, please come back to this video and leave a message in the comments below. Let us know that the remedy is being applied and that your vehicle has been fixed. It can be incredibly helpful for everyone to see when repairs start rolling out across different regions. I appreciate your help in keeping this community updated. As always, please share this video with any Toyota or Lexus owner you may know, as this new information is critical. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.